Okay, something else we can do is we can name this point in an infinite number of ways. If you think about it like the unit circle, if I had the point, or if I had the angle pi over 4, that's also the same thing as 9 pi over 4, because pi over 4 is going to fall right here. If I go around 2 pi units, or 8 pi over 4, it's going to be 9 pi over 4. If I go 2 more, it's going to be 17 pi over 4. I could go in the negative direction, so it would be negative 7 pi over 4. All of these are equivalent to this one angle. That's all we need to think about when we're coming up with multiple ways to name this. Now we can also do negative r's. So we've got two things really going on. What I would say, if we want to come up with multiple ways of naming the same angle, is to go in the negative theta direction. So I keep r the same. And I say, what would that angle be? Well, it would be negative 7 pi over 4. Sometimes there's restrictions. Sometimes there's not. So this is just multiple ways you can name it. And then I try and find a negative r. Well, a negative r would fall right here. So if I could find that angle, 5 pi over 4, then we're going to flip back. As long as it lands in this same location, you are fine. So you could always test it. If I wanted to test this little guy, I would say, okay, 5 pi over 4, he's going to fall here. Positive 2 would land here. Negative 2 is going to flip it. Oh, yep, that matches the original location. Same with this one. Negative 7 pi over 4 is going to fall here. Positive 2. Once again, it matches. You could also go around the circle again. So we could say positive 2, 9 pi over 4. Once again, you got to look at your restrictions and see what it's wanting you to say it in. If it wants your angle between 0 and 2 pi, you would have to go this route. If it wants your angle between negative 2 pi and 2 pi, you could go either of those routes. So you just have to look and see what it's asking, how it's asking, and then think about the unit circle.